Eric, instructions? Mark Paulson. So call the meeting to order at 6:05. Audience of citizens is none. Did everybody get a chance to read the minutes? I know Kate didn't post them, but it was a quick meeting last time. Boston was in. Yeah, I moved there. Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Old business. Austin Baldessera was supposed to come back to us with this progression. And obviously I didn't hear from him, so he must still be working on it. But we'll talk about something under new business about that.
Okay, when he didn't, you weren't here for his presentation. He did an excellent job. Yeah, excellent job.
But we told him he's gotta go get the bricks. He's gotta, so we gave him a lead. We told him about, what's his name, Anderson up there in the Britain for the power coating and all that, all welding, straighten out the gate. His grandpa was gonna help him with the actual, doing a little bit of masonry work. They could not save the bricks because they're the old style, they're too hard to clean. That's when we said, when we go out, go to Home Depot, go to, what's it, eBay? Somebody say eBay?
Facebook.
Mark, yeah, Facebook, but, yeah. And,
Where's that so?
it's people that go on Facebook. Yes. Okay, Stevie, so you wanna play?
I have no clue what it is.
I'm good.
I don't have Facebook, so I don't know.
Well, we steered him through all of that. And we told him that you would pick up the trash when he knocked that other one down, all that.
But Mr. Chairman, he offered, he said he was gonna take care of removing that stump.
And we told him, no.
He said he thought it would take 2 days to take that out of there.
Well, he thought we were gonna put it back in the same place.
He said, you don't
That's
have
what
to
made it
take
go caca.
They don't have to take that.
He said, no, you leave the stump alone, we're moving everything over. Yeah,
He's gonna tear that out of there.
I don't know, every dynamite.
He's an ambitious
Yeah,
kid.
man, for 16-year-olds, God bless him. You go.
I don't think his grandfather's clean.
Yeah.
Maybe a good mason, but I don't know what.
He ain't a magician.
Yeah.
So, plus, he has to get all okay from their board. Then when he comes to submit it to us, he still has to go to the council, so they accept it. Kate said, I didn't think he had to, but Kate said he has to. So that's all on hold, but we had talked after the meeting that knock it down, if he can't do it, and we'll have a written fence. Just put up a regular gate and everything, and we'll just save the plaque off of that, make a sign. It's a done deal. So we'll give him another month to try it, see what happens.
He's awfully ambitious, trying to save the things.
That part he should, yeah. Yeah, he should be able to save that. So that's where you are looking at.
Of course, last, 2 years ago, I think it was myself, who said, well, the fallback position will be merit construction, and they can knock this right out.
And then we got,
They can knock it out, all right.
and then we got the bid for $13,500.
Let's don't turn to our budget. I don't think so.
So that's not happening. All right, so that's Austin. Stevie, Jones.
So my report is I still don't know why the written fence has not been in yet to erect the fence on Christian Lane. I reached out to him today and I still have not heard back from him. I've got a 3-hour ride tomorrow, so I'll make some phone calls along the way. We move. Pennsylvania. No,
State
Villanova. Villanova.
game?
Yep.
Wow. Good for you. Televised?
Nope. Last week I was in Alabama.
You there?
How did you go?
Troy against Liberty. That's a whole different thing down there. Totally different.
Oh,
And slow, nice.
audience will be, the crowd got crazy.
I'll tell you after. That concludes, the mowing guy, he's been okay with the growing season's done. We've had a ton of rain. I don't think he's really missed much. I think he's he's slacking a little bit on getting the fence lines cleaned up as much as I would like to see it. So, but I think this is his last year, and we go back out to bid. We'll address that with whoever the new vendor is, and this, we'd like you to pay more attention to the fences in the areas around it, not just the meat and potatoes inside.
What you might see on the back, this guy got that back.
I don't know. He's getting into like brewing his own beer and stuff. He's not, he can't find help, so he's kind of missing spots here and there along the way. He does a couple other towns. So, but we'll talk to him even if he comes back. Hey, before you come back, just please make sure you understand that this is what we're looking for. Besides that, that's it for public comments.
I was going to Rocky Hill the other day, and I was wondering if we could get that thing trimmed out on the bank again. Starting to come up before it gets too bad, or it's a big deal. It's just small stuff, Maybe.
Well, now the carpet was spot up from Farrell, see if you get the alamo in there. Once it gets the alamo in there, we'll go in there, knock it down, we'll do it much better.
Yeah.
And then that lasted almost 8 months.
It did,
So,
yeah, especially with all the rain.
we'll be for sure.
And I see the flowers starting to come up over,
Yep.
the Denison.
A little bit here, a little bit there.
So what about that second tree in the park by the river? We had
That's
talked
on
about
Carp's list,
Steve
right?
and Park and,
So I think that's when I was on vacation. Toby says Carp said he was gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
When I talked to Carp said he wasn't taking care of it because I had to take care of it because it was on Parks. So I don't really know where it stands, but let me try to get some more clarification on that.
but, I mean, I made that call to Toby, so, I think what he said was that Park was going to have it placed on the distinctive list, yeah. I think that's what
What's that?
That's the story I was told,
Okay.
but when I talked to Steve, I was told totally different. Not this Steve. So let me see if I can get some clarification.
If not, we can make that one fall down.
Well, but
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, well, if they're gonna take it,
I mean, there is an overhead line.
it's not gonna hurt.
That's not,
You can drop right on it.
Okay.
It's not power.
Challenge accepted?
What are we doing at 20 minutes?
Be one way to get the phone company to get it out of there.
You're filming this, right?
It's all being recorded.
Yep, we'll sell the wood on that market.
Yeah. We already talked about the fencing on Christian Lane. We talked about the masonry work. This is the old business, Denison Cemetery, the trimming of the right of way by the Worthington Fire District. And I'm gonna let Mr. Benson ventilate right now and tell us how this worked out today.
Well, committee members, this is a sad story. I'm gonna do a little recap for the record. But it began last year when Mr. Parisi had a conversation with
About a year ago,
Joe Admiral, the manager of the Worthington Fire District. Explained the situation. It was agreed that that the property was overgrown and unsightly. And he would get back to him. Charles made 3 additional calls that were not returned. March 18th, I called Art Powers, who was the chairman of the Worthington Fire District. Art said he was looking. That didn't result in anything. Second call was on March 29th. I spoke to Mr. Agarillo. He told me that 10-foot swath of property belongs to the landlord. He had no part of it. It then turns out that Mr. Agarillo was wrong because somebody, could have been you, me, or
Steve got us a map.
that was the map of the town. Sure enough, it's the Worthington Fire District. When I finally was able to obtain Mr. Joe P's cell phone, I called him about that and, oh yes, Rick, oh yes, it was a mistake. Sorry about that. He said, we need to get this marked out, surveyed, then I'm gonna have Rogers Tree Service come in and give me a bid. those things, stakeout happened, whether there was ever a bid or not.
He never contacted Dave Sear, because I asked Dave Sear about
So
it. Never
from,
contacted.
from then until today, I won't repeat them all, but numerous calls, the last of which was on Thursday, the 9th. And I spoke with Joe, he answered the phone on 2 rings. What can I do for you? I said, some time has gone by, Joe, and we're looking to see what the commission's gonna do with that. Oh, yeah. He said, I've got a proposal. He said, we're all set for next Wednesday. 15.
Yeah.
So he said, if you don't hear from me by noon or mid-morning, give me a call. So we should be all set. That's a proposal all in.
This is today.
So at $10 today, I called Mr. Bevan. At 1 o'clock, I called Mr. Bevan. At 1:15, I called the Worthington Fire District office. Spoke to a nice woman, did not ask her name. But I asked her about, got contact with Joe, she wasn't available. Something I can help you with is, yes, I'd like to know about the meeting last night. Issues about property. I wasn't at the meeting, I don't know. But I'll email Joe right now and have him call. I get 2 numbers. Still waiting for a call. So this is a pretty sad commentary when we have 2 governmental public agencies trying to work to improve some property. Acknowledging that the owner may have some culpability or liability. Some of those might be on
It is definitely.
but that could be worked out, but we need to communicate. So this is really bugging. So Charles and I had a brief discussion earlier. We have several options, one of which is to send them a scathing letter. The other thing is to go to their next meeting. And my option would be that the chairman, myself, whoever wants, that we all go. Invade that little office on the Grower Turnpike and shake some trees. This is nonsense, should not be acceptable. Almost a year to go by, they're just sticking it to us. That's wrong. And we need to adjust it, we need to do it right away. They have it
So they have their meetings monthly,
every.
Yep, it's the 3rd Wednesday.
third Wednesday, so it'll be the night before ours.
So it'll be the night before ours.
And no advance notice, I'm not gonna call.
Oh,
get on
just
the
gonna go.
agenda.
It's open to the public.
Right.
Hey,
I mean,
got some friends here. We'll make that monkey sing.
someone will have to tell me where to show up, but I'll go.
It's on the Bruno Turnpike, you know
Where Eddie's Hot Dog.
Eddie Hot Dog used to be?
I think that,
Next
I
to the
love one of the
Pine
dips.
Loft.
Before the pine lot.
Courtney's dips.
Okay, because the Pine Loft when I was very young, I don't remember any hot dogs.
Well, there's a little strip mall there, and there's a lady that makes dinners there. Worthington Fire, and now they just opened up a gym.
You know where Middletown Road is?
Yeah.
So when you get on the turnpike going
Uh-huh.
south, before the pine lot,
Okay.
there's a strip mall.
It's a great
Charles
building.
was saying. It's a great building,
Yeah.
all the way to the right side.
Right after that Shell station or Smoke or whatever that gas station. Shell.
So,
Yeah. And I believe they're meeting, I'll have to get a time, but I
Be the first plaza.
6 o'clock or 6:30. Yeah. I think it's
Yeah,
6.
that's.
Yeah, and there's strength in numbers, so
I'll be there.
we'll research it more, make sure we get back to everybody, make sure there's real time. I think that'd be, we talked about the letter, but the letter, they just throw that away. If you go there face to face and get those dates, just when everything happened, boom, 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 boom. You and I'll get together, type them up, so we'll give them for a handout. Hey, come on, we gotta have some fun.
I think the verbal assault would be,
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't treat their water and sewer customers like that. I wouldn't think.
I think that asked Steve, right? Your customer.
I've always dealt with the woman that, like you said, the woman in the office.
If I find out the secretary is not there at the meeting, take notes.
I think the best way, that's.
Yeah,
Just,
we
you
just
don't
go.
have, you don't have to be, doesn't have to be vicious things.
No.
We thought this, maybe this would be the best way to get. Maybe it's
Yeah,
the
I
best way to
agree.
talk to you guys face to face, and this is. what we're-
Definitely we go polite, you know.
Well, I mean, that's right, I'm all in favor of being polite, he said, well, we've been polite for years.
Oh, yeah.
The time has come now to, I mean, just be straight.
I said polite, I didn't say pushover.
Yeah, but when you blatantly lie to you, you don't have to lie to your face, you know? It started with, that's not our property. Whoa, wait a minute.
Well,
It started with, they had, oh no, we had a special meeting.
Oh, that was way back.
Yeah,
Special
you still
meeting.
have to draw out that.
Yeah.
You still have the map.
Yeah. And it's marked out, it's state,
Yeah.
they
I'm
paid
just saying,
the,
if we go
Yeah,
there,
they had a
this,
surveyor.
this, and this.
they had a surveyor there. The pit is still there, it's state. Well, all right, so we'll keep in touch on that. Any other new business?
Well, the cemetery, what the town is doing, I think we're pretty good at, except the ones that I see, we broke,
All of them, no, all of them. Yeah. We just get that Christian name done so we can move on to the next one, you know? The written fence, yeah, we'll,
well, it's too bad we didn't see, Washington, because everybody, she, Henderson, expedite this.
You know what,
The bridge taken out,
I'll get in touch with him next week. See what his plans are. And I'm also gonna give him the option to bail out. Not embarrassed.
Is that our contract for everything? Okay, that's.
It's a big project.
you think that there might be a, get more, when we can show?
It sounds like it's gonna be a couple things.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, but you know, I won't embarrass him or anything, or just no, just, you know, and I'll say, just like you said, you think you overestimated,
Maybe you read that, over there for the second time, and oh my God. It's a big project. I think he said 600 bricks. What he needed?
I forget it, yeah, he said something like that, bricks.
But he had that all spec'd out. We talked to Kelsey Ferguson, you know, how much water he needed, so.
You know, that, like you said, it's a. Getting the bricks and trying to get.
Could be a fundraiser problem.
All right, well, I'll, like I said, I'll get in touch with that as well. Help him what?
Raise some money or,
Oh.
you know, make a donation or.
You wonder if the sun was going on. I mean, figuring with well, the asshole, all the work so this far, I don't think he's ready to just back down, he's probably just trying to.
yeah,
put it
Yeah,
all
maybe
together.
he needs another month, that's what I said, I'll get in touch with him and just see where he's at.
He had as many medals as Tim's hanging off there in the general
Jesus,
military.
yeah, I know. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 6:18. No, 6:23. That's good.
So we took an hour ride, bus ride.